Hello, I'm live. I am still cleaning my glasses off and I still need to text my people and I'm putting it on live chat, but I thought I'd go ahead and get started because, if you wait until you're like ready, you'll never come onto your live, right? I mean, there's always something. Grab some more water, go to the ladies' room, clean your glasses, fix your hair. Where's my garbage? My garbage moved. It's over there now. Okay. So I've got good news. I am so excited. I can't believe how much good stuff is going on. So I think I just need to text some people and make sure that my stuff is working. Let's see. So have you guys been keeping up with your Lego videos? They're freaking incredible. I just noticed today, I don't know if it had already started or if it just started today, that the Lego videos that I've been watching have kind of taken a turn from being like angry to being like love songs. Have you guys noticed that? Maybe it's just me realizing it because, I was listening to more like rap style Lego AI music videos, and I decided that I was not going to discriminate against other styles. But it seemed like the ones that I was watching were from today. So why don't I play one for you so you know what I'm talking about? But I also want to address Amanda Ungaro and Victoria, whose last name I'm forgetting. It's in the title. 1 second. Let me make sure I have everybody texted. Who don't I have texted? I don't have Anna Bees. Where's your number? What happened to it? I don't even see it. That's weird. Am I just, sometimes like you just don't see a number when it's right in front of you. There it is. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. So got to text Anna B. So now all my people are texted and everything I say is simply my opinion from me to you. Tarot, how are you, my dear? How's your night going? Everything I say is my opinion. Hoping to start a great conversation, open up a discussion, learn something, be educational, and all of my videos are made for the tube of you, and it's an infotainment platform. Let me turn on my little flower. Still got a little bit of light in the battery. Should I add any more red? I've got, these are funny. They're like little red ice cubes. And I can just like put them in different places to give a little more depth when it's like dark. Good. I'm in bed. Oh, I'm glad that you're chilling and relaxing. Where should I put that red one? Should I put this red one back here? Like right there. And one more. I've been wanting to add red because I am like really heavy on the blue. Where should I add the other red? How about, I don't want to be knocking anything over. That's not what I want to do, but that's what happens if I start messing with stuff. Can I put it behind my little hedgehog? Kind of. That kind of doesn't really work unless I make little hedgehog taller. Can you be taller, hedgehog? Can I make you sit up a little? Because I don't want the red light to be like blinding you or anything. That's not too bad, is it? I think that maybe if I switch No, see, this is why I can't touch anything. I'm just not allowed to touch nothing. I'm going to take the red one down. I'm going to, oh, here we go. If I put Hedgehog up on his butt. Come on, you can do it, Hedge. I'm not kidding you. This is why I don't allow myself to touch stuff, because one thing leads to another. Okay, I think I got it. Okay, sorry about that. Oh, look how many people came in. How many comments I have. I love you guys. So I'm so excited. I feel like there's so much good news. I feel like this evil piece of crap president that we have is really taking himself down in so many ways. Amanda Ungaro is greasing the wheels, as is this Victoria. What is Victoria's last name? And I want to share a video with you guys that, oh man, how come it's not showing up? Victoria Drake. Okay. But how come it's not showing up in my history? There it is. So this channel that I'm new to, Scott Michael Nathan, have you guys heard of his channel before? I'm linking it up in the description of this video right now as we speak. I just watched the most incredible interview with Victoria Drake on his channel. I think it's like a day or two old. What did I say his name is? Scott Michael? Yeah, Scott Michael Nathan. Oh, and he's only got 7,000 subs. But man, this video has gone viral. It has, I want to say 100,000 views. So it's in the description now. And so if you want to check it out, it's about an hour and a half long interview with Victoria Drake. I'm trying to see when it's from. When is it from? I'm just going to go to it real quick. I'll show you what she looks like. She's so cute. She's really young, and she's so good at this conversation, talking about something really humiliating. Okay, I was wrong. It doesn't have 100,000. It has 26,000 views. It's from 3 days ago. And it's titled, "She Was Rugged, Raped, and Got Him on Tape. Paolo Zampoli. The investigation is still open." So Victoria Drake says she was rugged and sexually assaulted by Paolo Zampoli. And I think it was in 2023. So just 3 years ago. Trump's special envoy, the man who introduced Donald and Melania Trump, or says he did, a fixture at Mar-a-Lago in October 2023 at his diplomatic residence in New York City. She went to the hospital that night. She underwent a grape kit. Tests confirmed rugs in her system. Her injuries were medically documented. She got him on tape. She did everything right. While traveling with J.D. Vance in Hungary, that was just a week ago, he was reportedly calling her at 3 a.m. This is her story in her own words, maybe 2 weeks ago, when the dictator in Hungary, Orban, whatever, lost the election, Viktor Orban. This is her story in her own words, and she's not done talking. Paolo Zampoli is Trump's special envoy. He sits on the board of trustees at the Kennedy Center. He has the president's ear and a decades-long friendship with the First Lady. His former partner, Amanda Ungaro, was reportedly detained by ICE at his request. His modeling agency has been linked to Little E's network. Victoria Drake is still here, still talking. Watch and share. It's called the Bad Decisions Podcast with Scott Nathan. So let me just turn it up and show you for a second. She's so adorable.
I dated a guy all through the end of high school, all throughout college, and then we did end up getting married. His dad owned a very large bank, which had branches all over the country. So that kind of initially propelled me into this atmosphere. And like I was young and naive. Like I didn't even know like what money was, what influence that money could hold over
I'm just
people.
showing you what she looks like and what she sounds like. I'm not going to play the video for you. I mean, it's a good video. I'd play you the whole thing. Phenomenal. It gets into also Paolo Zampoli was business partners with Jizz with her stupid Terra Mar company. So this woman, Victoria Drake, alleges that Terra Mar is a shell company for laundering money to the tune of $40 million before Jizz went to prison, and that it's also for the transporting. And she talks about being locked in a room in his special like government housing that he had, that he shouldn't have had in 2023 because he wasn't part of the government in 2023, but he was still living there, still saying that he was part of the government. I don't know. Anyway, she escaped. She thought she was going to get red rummed. I'm sure she's very concerned about being red rummed now. She talks about it some in the video, but she's not going to shut up. She's not going to shut up. So, look great. Oh, you're so nice. Hey, Jazz, Annabees, woohoo. It looks good. I got a few ads before I could watch. Oh, no. Oh, I don't think I can go back and turn the ads off. Dang it. Oh, I wish I could. I don't want to mess stuff up. But yeah, I always make it so that there's no ads. Let me see. What happens if I touch that? No, that's like insert ad. I want to take ads out. I want to demonetize it. But yeah, I screwed it up. So I apologize, Annabees. I know I hate the ads, and I don't want to spend, it's like $35 a month, I think, to not have ads, to have YouTube Premium. It's tempting because I hate the ads that much, but that's kind of ridiculous too. A one-time fee of $35, I do, but not every month. I mean, that's like $400 a year. That's not sustainable year after year. Okay, so let me get to my notes. Let me play some Lego videos for you. I have got 2 pages of notes. I want to play some exciting little Lego videos. I want to tell you more about how I think that the Trumpster fire is tripping himself up. Specifically during the interview that he did the day after the alleged assassination attempt at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I still think it was total BS, but we'll see. The interview that he did with, what is her name? O'Donnell. Ms. O'Donnell. You guys remember her first name? Nora O'Donnell. When she read part of the manifesto to him about the rapists and the PDF and how the shooter, the alleged shooter, said that he didn't want this on his hands, and Trumpster fire jumped in really angry and said, basically, I'm not a rapist. And I think he also said, I'm not a PDF. I can't remember if he said that, but the way he said, the look that he gets on his face, he gets these like, he looks like a scared animal. He looks like a cornered rat. His eyes get really beady. And it's even like in his voice inflection, it's very unique. I could play it for you. That would be good, huh? Why don't I do that? But I think that that's his undoing. I think he's tripping himself up. I think this Amanda Ungaro and Victoria Drake together, because Zampoli, little e, and little t all were doing the same damn thing with the transporting and with the smacks and all of it. They were all in on it together, and Jizz, of course. And there's more of them. They all need to go down. But instead, we have Zampoli in a government job. He's making a couple $100,000 a year salary on top of whatever insider trading crap that he's doing. Let me see if I can just find that video real quick, and then I'll get caught up with your comments. So 1 second. Nora O'Donnell interview with Trump from Sunday. It's so funny. Let me go back. So I guess it was like a 1-hour interview, but you know, they edited it way down. So let me get this queued up. And that's totally not the right one. Why is it doing that? Here we go. This is the right one. The extended interview. I don't want the extended interview.
Terrific person. And she was, you know, she had this big smile. I mean, they were, you know what they were doing? They were asking, they had a lot of, well, let's say we've argued a little bit to get.
When he called her a horrible person.
Solving this problem.
Manifesto.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Did you know that he emailed it to family members?
We found all of that out this morning.
Right before the attack.
Yeah, we found that out this morning, and the family members were concerned. I think, can you make adjustments? I mean, we're also learning. Can you make adjustments? But I said to myself, yeah.
In California.
No kings.
What?
And the fact that they spent allegations.
What's an indictment?
These are facts, okay? These are facts. I mean, they have checks to the Ku Klux Klan and many others.
Sorry, you guys.
60-minute episodes, which really hasn't changed very much from the last few years. I'm surprised. But one of those episodes should be on Southern law. They don't know what to do.
Okay,
You go back.
I'm getting frustrated.
20 years. Andrew was dead.
The tone of unity when you were in the White House press briefing room.
Very calm. They will not have. They're not going to. Everyone was happy with Biden. You know, high-level people.
Where does he freak out on it? It must be at the end. I haven't watched the whole thing.
And the Holocaust didn't happen, and many things didn't happen.
They're still going forward.
He's a good person.
There's no.
We'll have security, real security. Now, a crazy person, I think it's really bad for a crazy person to be able to cancel something like this. So I to do first for.
Okay, I'm screwing this up.
He's okay.
Damn it.
100%. Yeah, no, he was 100%. He didn't want to go.
Maybe it's been, oh, you know what? It was probably edited out of this. Let's see.
I want to get to all of those details and also walk through this.
So I've said it, and I've said
the part
things that work out very well for our country.
Okay, I think I got the wrong one. I think that it's edited out of that. Sorry about that, you guys. What a way to start my video, as I'm like so excited to get on here. Okay. I haven't heard of him. Oh, the channel. It's such a good interview. He does a really good job interviewing, and so does she. And I think she wanted to talk longer. It's 90 minutes long. And I want to hear her talk more. She seemed kind of disappointed that he needed to wrap up after 90 minutes. It sounded like they might do another one, but she's certainly doing the interview round. So I'm going to look for more interviews with her. Google says, yes, you can turn off ads while live on YouTube if you're in the YouTube Partner Program by disabling monetization in YouTube Studio before or during the stream. I don't know if I'm in that program. Thank you so much from me to you, Tarot. That is amazing. That is really good to know. I can, let's see, community moderation activity. I went to a different screen. Settings. I think I went to the right one though. Monetization. No, maybe I didn't. No. Okay. I think I better just get out of that. Wait, let me see if I can figure this out. I might be able to figure it out. Are you guys still there? Manage videos. Go to the lives. Yes, I got it figured out. Awesome. Okay, and then so I turned it off. I turned off the ads. Thanks so much from me to you, Tarot. You're awesome. And as long as I'm still on my live, I'm still on my live. Yay! I learned how to do something new. Amazing. Thanks for that hot tip. So you shouldn't have any more ads, Annabes. Yeah, I turn it off when I come on live, and then I turn the ads on later so that I can monetize. I mean, I make so little money off of these things, but you know, every little bit helps, right? And I always forget to invite people if they want to donate money to the cause. That I've got like the Cash App, Venmo, and Buy Me a Coffee, I think are the three that I have. And I always link them up in the description later. So they're basically at the end of every single description. If anybody feels the urge to do that, it's much appreciated. Much appreciated. He was terrible to her. Zampoli, or to Amanda. He was horrible to Victoria. He was horrible to Amanda. He's a horrible man. And he is cut from the same cloth as little E. He's cut from the same cloth as little T. These are horrible people, to quote Donnie. But anyway, what I was saying when I got lost in that video trying to find it is when he says, I'm not a rapist. And just the way he says it, his voice, to me, his voice is like fingernails on a chalkboard. It really is. And then he's even more annoying sounding when he gets all defensive like that, when he gets that wild animalistic look in his eyes that he's a rat backed into a corner. It is the manifesto part. I know, but I don't know if it's in this 40-minute or if it got cut out. And yeah, it's just too hard to try to find the full interview. Yeah, I don't want the full interview. I just want that one little part when he gets mad. You guys know what I'm talking about, though. I mean, and, you know, a lot of people have criticized her journalism. I don't care what she did for the rest of the interview. Just the fact that she nailed that, I think she did a great job. I've even heard people criticize her for, like, you know, that's just rude. You're interviewing somebody and you read the manifesto right to them. I'm just like, who's rude? Like, she's not rude. Trumpster Fire is rude. Come on. It was great. Like, she really got under his skin. It was perfect. Oh, and Anna Bees, you're probably saying Trump was terrible to Nora. That's probably what you're talking about. But yeah, these douchebag dudes, like the president, they're so horrible to women. The things that they say to women, they wouldn't say to men. Like, that's a stupid question. Or you're a horrible person. Horrible. You never smile. I've known you for 10 years and I've never seen you smile. Sorry, I was just trying to help. Didn't mean to distract you. Oh no, you're totally good. I distracted myself. Like I said, I came in like all excited because normally I'm feeling just kind of like dragged down by all this crap. And so I kind of get less depressed about it by doing my video therapy with you guys, honestly. But today I was feeling so upbeat because of these love songs from Iran. And I sent them out to you guys. From me to you to Ro, can I make you a mod? I sent them out to my mods, basically. Let me see. I'm going to add you as a moderator. And if you don't want to be a moderator, I'll take it away if you want me to take it away. But there, now you should have a blue wrench the next time you make a comment. He's so intimidated by women who reject him and call him out. He's the nasty one. Oh, I know that. And that word, nasty. I know, a nasty woman. He never says nasty man, right? Sorry for yeah, Anna Bees, it probably was cut out of that one because I think it was a 60-minute interview and that was a 40-minute version. She kind of got him to admit he's a pig. Well, and for him to say that he's not a rapist when he's been convicted in a court of law and he owes E. Jean Carroll like somewhere in the range of 80 or 90 million dollars, and he'll probably never pay her a dime. But he's a convicted rapist, whether he wants to admit it or not. In the eyes of the court system, he's a rapist. So she said, oh, you think they were referring to you? I know, I love the way she said it. What? You think they were referring to you? What makes you think that? And it was just so funny, like the look on his face, because he was kind of like, oh shit, like I stepped right in it, right? Yes. And it beats exactly. Nora O'Donnell basically got him to admit he's a rat bastard, we'll just say, an R, a rapist, and a P and a POC, or piece of crap. Yeah. I always say POS, but yeah, POC is better. Because then you can say the whole word without having to like bleep it out. He is an absolute piece of crap. But after he said, I'm not a rapist, did he say I'm not a PDF? Because I thought he did, but I could be imagining that. Nora did it better than anyone. She won and the whole world witnessed. And, you know, sometimes like I just shouldn't watch so much YouTube because everyone's got their own take. And again, I've heard way too many people criticize her for that interview. And she did a phenomenal job. She was so professional. So professional. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. So then came the full launched attack to distract and gaslight with, I don't know, how many people did he go after the next day? And then like James Comey today, and then that was already thrown out. Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, he's desperate. He's kind of going back to every stupid thing that he's done because he can't think of anything new. And he's completely floundering with the Epstein war, right? The Epstein excursion. The Epstein fury, that's what it's called. and Reese Waters, who I love. He was being so funny, saying how this ballroom that the Trumpster fire is so obsessed with, that him saying that he needs this ballroom for security purposes would be like essentially saying, you know, we need this $400 million bouncy house for security purposes. And yeah, it's like he's a Cinderella. He's so obsessed with that ballroom. And it almost makes me think that, first of all, any project in the government is just a money laundering machine. So he's already taken in, allegedly, I think about $400 million of donations from private parties. And now if he can get it government funded, he's not going to refund the money, the other 400,000. He's just going to have $800,000, half from the government, half from private parties. But I'm sure it's more than that. It's just a money laundering vehicle. And that's the primary purpose. But the other purpose, I'm thinking, if it's going to be used the way he used Mar-a-Lago, what's he going to do? Have beauty pageants in there? Have like the look of the year, and then have the a pool built underneath with like a movie theater and bedrooms attached where the doors lock from the outside? That's what happened with this Victoria Drake. She found herself in a situation just like that in Paolo Zampoli's house, in like a dungeon, basically. And there was a swimming pool down there. And she was locked in a room with no clothes, no shoes. She'd been rugged. She'd been repeatedly assaulted throughout the night. And she escaped barely. So Caroline Levitt, who is just like almost a bigger piece of crap than the dear leader, you know, she's just rattling off how all these terrible Democrats are in a cult, and they have the Trump derangement syndrome, and they say such divisive, violent things. And she needs to remember that it was the vice president who called her dear leader Adolf H. He called him that like a year before the inauguration, I think. I think it was, what did I realize happened? Who was it that I was talking about in my video yesterday? Shannon Doherty passed away on the same day as Butler, right? July 13th, 2024. And then I got to thinking, could Shannon Doherty have been abused by these people when she was younger? Is that how she got so successful? Could the cancer have been from toxic exposure, like the Kennedy young mother? I think it was Carolyn Kennedy's daughter who passed away this last year from a type of cancer. She was 31, a type of cancer that you can get from basically being poisoned. But I don't know about the breast cancer. Let me see which Kennedy that was. Which Kennedy died from cancer at 31 years old? Tatiana Schlossberg, the daughter of Caroline. But she wasn't 31. She was 35. So, and when did she pass away? December 30th, 2025. So that was just like 4 months ago. Acute myeloid leukemia. So basically she had a blood cancer that can be contracted from chemical exposure. Tatiana Schlossberg, granddaughter of JFK, and daughter of Caroline. So she would be the niece of John. Anyway, I don't know if breast cancer can be contracted from toxic exposure. Let me ask what AI thinks about it. Can some types of breast cancer be contracted by toxic exposure? Yes, scientific evidence links toxic exposure to an increased risk of developing certain types of breast cancer. So yeah, it's something I want to look into. If Shannon Doherty, where was it that she got her start? You know, a lot of these people like Britney Spears and Justin Timberlake that started with the Mickey Mouse Club, right? And there's the whole thing with Nickelodeon and that mofo. What type of child acting did Shannon Doherty do? Little House on the Prairie. So she began her acting when she was a 10-year-old child in Little House on the Prairie and another TV show called Father Murphy. So yeah, I wonder. I mean, I hate to be suspicious of everything, but it kind of seems like you need to be now, right? She was great. He did say that. The dig going in on New Mexico at the Einstein Ranch, we'll call it, Little E Ranch, Zorro Ranch, will bring up more crud on Donnie and all involved. He's a little princess, LOL. He is like the freaking Cinderella, like obsessed with that ballroom. But what I was saying is, like, does he want to use the ballroom the way he uses Mar-a-Lago as like party central, basically, you know? Like the whole Great Gatsby thing that they did for Halloween, I think. And a lot of blow and a lot of girls. The thing about Nora Drake is she's just like the prototype of what these mofos look for. She's 5'10", long blonde hair, big doe eyes. And, you know, she was in her 20s when Paolo did that to her. But she'd been hanging out at Mar-a-Lago, I think, since she was 19. Because she had like a billionaire boyfriend that hung out there or something. I think it was the one after she was married. But yeah, definitely what you said there for me too, Taro. It is going to bring up more on Trump. I'm getting my trash together. I'm listening though. Oh, is it trash night for you too? It's trash night for me. I already took it out. And I'm happy to report I went for a very long 2-hour walk. It was a beautiful evening. I did a little bit this morning, but then it was getting hot. And so I went back out tonight. I forgot we're supposed to use initials. My apologies. Oh, no, you're fine. I mean, I can edit with when I'm reading it. Saying it a little bit, I think, is okay. And typing it a little bit is okay. If it's too many times or if it's in the title, then it really messes with the algorithm. I think you get flagged and you get bots and all kinds of not fun stuff. So, yeah. Caroline Levitt and her rhetoric and her pontification. And I guess you guys had told me she was stepping down before the weekend because she's due any day now. Although I'm not the only one who's wondering if she might be faking a pregnancy and using a surrogate or... Anyway, she decided not to step down because of the, near assassination attempt, which isn't that weird. What does he have? Is he doing that because he wants Caroline's attention? Because the one that happened the same day that Shannon Doherty died on July 13th, 2024, was like 3 days after Caroline had her baby. I think her baby was born, her first baby, on July 10th. She had 3 days of maternity leave, and then she came back immediately the day of the ear scraping. Let's just call it the day of the ear scrape. The day of the ear skinning. I don't know. So allegedly, Little E said that Little T had offered him a cabinet position in the first term and that he passed it up. He was like, no way. But the first term was 2017. So Little E had already been convicted in the whole 08 thing. Donnie says that he tipped off the FBI to what a creep the guy was and that he stole people. But yet he invites him to be in the cabinet. I think that most of the people in the cabinet, like Paolo Zampoli, even though he's not like a cabinet member, but you know what I mean, like Kegsbreath and Matt Gaetz, that he wanted to be his attorney general, and Pam Bondi. Pam Bondi was doing that stuff with the, was it with Cutter or Qatar, however you say it, the people transporting thing for the basketball thing, or the basketball events that they were having. She was in charge of the people transporting, allegedly. That's what she says, actually. So it's not allegedly, that's self-reporting. I'm getting my trash together. Okay, I forgot we're supposed to use initials. Okay, I'm all caught up with you guys. So what else? Let's look at this page. Todd Blanche, the replacement for Pam Bondi, he's not the AG, he's not the interim AG, he's the acting AG, which means he can be eliminated in the blink of an eye. The way he talks now that he's like the main guy is really weird to me. His voice has kind of changed. It's kind of like his throat's constricted. Like he's really nervous. It's almost like he's being held hostage, that he's like a prisoner of war. And then I remembered he was Donnie's private defense attorney. So how many illegal things has he done for Donnie that now Donnie could throw him under the bus and get him put in jail for? Seriously, we know how Donnie works. So he basically is being held hostage, which is why he says and does all the crazy, stupid stuff that he does. But who was it that I was watching last night that accused Trump of having inappropriate neck folds? Could you hear what I just said with my wax on my teeth? Inappropriate neck folds. I wish I could remember which YouTuber it was that said that. It's hilarious. Just FYI, Shannon Doherty's podcast is called Just to Be Clear. It's pretty good. Yeah, you were saying that. And so you can still watch it or listen to it. Is it Apple or what is it? Yes, could hear you. Cool. So who's a big fan of King Charles today? I've never been a big fan of his before. I mean, I think that he had everything to do with what happened to Princess Di. These men, man, they're all just domestic violence freaks, aren't they? In my humble conspiracy theory opinion, allegedly. Oh, make sure that you hit your like button, please, and thank you. And make sure you're still subscribed. Turn on your notification bell to ring and share a video. Maybe not this one, since I had all that dead time at the beginning when I was trying to find that dumb thing. Anyway, oh, and then we had Mitch McConnell talking about how, Donnie really needs this $400 million money laundering ballroom for the military stuff. He called it military stuff. Unbelievable. But yeah, little T is such a tyrant. Such a tyrant. When he destroyed that East Wing, that was such an act of anger. I'm trying to remember what had happened what set him off. It was the Trumpstein files that set him off. I want to say it was, what date did he knock down the East Wing? I'm going to guess it was right around the same time that Nancy Guthrie disappeared, which was the day after the 3 million pages were released. What was the date that the East Wing got knocked down? No, it was October 20th to 23rd. But there had been some other e-file stuff that went on in October. I can't remember what it was now. What Epstein events happened in October of 2025? It was big. Whatever it was big. Well, the Supreme Court rejected Maxwell's appeal on October 6th. The Bank of America got sued on October 15th by Epstein victims. Release of new investigation documents, October 17th. That's, I think, what it was. Oh, and then the public can't even speak. Publication of Virginia Giuffre's memoir was October 21st. It was a distraction from that. Legal action regarding records. Oh, and that was the whole thing with Alita Gralhava from Arizona. Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays sued Speaker of the House Mike Johnson to force the swearing in of Adelita Grijalva, a procedural move tied to the escalating push to release the Trumpstein files. And then King Charles stripped Prince Andrew of the title October 30th. And it was right around there that Melania and Donnie had went to visit the royals. Wasn't it right before? Or it was right after or right during? And it evicted him. These events occurred amidst a massive accelerating effort by lawmakers and activists to force the public release of the full Trumpstein files, which led to the passage of the Trumpstein Files Transparency Act the following month. Yeah. Okay. So it was a lot. The poor guy, he's under so much pressure. So much pressure. So yeah, I really do think that Todd Blanche is basically being held hostage. That he's a prisoner of war. And these banks, the banks of the world, the big, big banks of the world are deeply enmeshed in this whole thing with like Zampoli and Trumpstein. and BB and Vladdy. We can't forget BB and Vladdy. Unbelievable. Okay, so I'm going to play you one of those cute Lego videos that I keep saying I'm going to play you, and I'm going to stay caught up. So yeah, I definitely want to check out Shannon Dougherty's podcast. I think so, yeah. Charles did a good job reminding T of checks and balances. Yeah, he was extraordinarily amazing today. And so was the Congress, like even Republicans that were clapping and enjoying him, very diplomatically ripping little T a new one, in my opinion. And not only T, but Congress, right? They all complicit. Yeah. Billy, darling, how are you, my dear? What? Really? 100%. Hey, Billy, darling. Z Ranch was built by some military contractor. Thanks, Billy, darling, for reminding us of that. Yeah. And used to watch Los Alamos. But the I Contrae, yes. Yeah. And is Todd Blanche really being held hostage? Well, in my opinion, he is Donnie's hostage. He's Donnie's puppet. He has to say and do everything that the Trumpster fire tells him to, because he's, as his private personal defense attorney, you know, he's broken so many laws. Lawyers aren't supposed to break laws. They actually are supposed to abide by ethical standards and legal standards. And as you couldn't be Donnie's lawyer and not break laws, right? You just couldn't. So that's why he's so compliant, in my opinion. Like, he just says the stupidest stuff. Like, as soon as he got appointed to be acting AG, he's like, yeah, we're done with those e-files, those Trumpstein files. We're not doing that anymore. We're turning the page on that, I think is what he said. And then he made some dumb comments where he was like, what do you mean assaults and abuse? What are you talking about? Men that do that to who? Women? I don't even know what you're talking about. Oh, if we knew of any men that did that to anybody, we would investigate them and prosecute them. I mean, do you guys remember that? Like, he couldn't have sounded stupider. But I think he has to do that, or he can be outed by Donnie. Y'all seen the asteroid coming at us in 429? That's a bummer. Do you mean like 2029, or do you mean tomorrow? April 29th, like of 2026? Oh, metaphorically. In this world we live in, I wouldn't doubt that he could have been kidnapped. Oh, right. Yeah. Literally. Well, yeah, I think a lot of these people are kidnapped, and some of them don't even realize it. Like Victoria Drake knew that she'd been kidnapped when she was locked in a room in a dungeon while drugged and then repeatedly assaulted. But I think that, you know, like somebody like Virginia Giuffre, there were times where, or like Annie Farmer is a good example. When she went to Zora Ranch with little E and Jiz, and she was told that it was like a summer camp and that there were going to be other kids there her age. And when they got there, was not that way. It was just her. And she was basically kidnapped at that ranch. And same thing with Maria Farmer, her big sister, when she went to Les Wex's property here in Ohio to do the art commissions for As Good as It Gets for the movie set. And once she got there, it was Abigail, Les's wife, who she was told that if she wanted to go outside, just outside to get fresh air, she had to go through Abigail. And that if she went outside without alerting people, that there would be like hounds, release the hounds, like literally, like not safe. What's this allegedly, Billy? Oh, another clone. Are we getting ourselves confused? Me, allegedly. Apophis is a near-Earth asteroid, roughly 340 meters, 1,100 feet in diameter, that will pass safely within 32,000 kilometers, 20,000 miles of Earth's surface on April 13th, 2029. Apophis means, guess what? Oh, that's funny. Shite! I have to go to work. I don't want to pass at work. Boo. I don't want to pass at work. What? I hope you're not late. I don't know what you mean by I don't want to pass at work. Was the ancient Egyptian, that's a tough word for me to say with the wax in my teeth, was the ancient Egyptian deity of chaos, darkness, and destruction, depicted as a massive evil serpent. Interesting name. And what the actual F? Yeah. Wow, that's interesting, Billy. Safely, LOL, or we will quit coming into work and have chaos. Nah, I'm just into science today. Safely, like how they know Apophis. Apophis? Is that how you're supposed to say it? I can say that. I love mythology. Me too, Taro. Passed away from the asteroid. That's probably the Revelations thingy coming. Well, yeah, the second coming, the resurrection. Annabes, that's what I thought you meant. Okay, I am still trying to get the Americans Please Wake Up. I think this is just like 4 minutes. It's from BNN. I sent some of you this. Checking, savings, and card. I sent this one to Anna B's and from me to you, Taro, today. And stupid ads, go away, please. Come on, okay. It's a slower song, but it's so sweet.
We watch you from across the water. We grew up believing in you. America was the place where dreams didn't need permission. Where freedom wasn't just a word, it was a way of life. But lately, we don't recognize you anymore. And if America falls asleep, the whole world loses its nightlight. So we're not here to mock you. We're here because we love what you're supposed to be. And we're begging you, please, wake up. Americans, please wake up.
It's kind of loud.
Can't you see? Americans, please wake up. You used to be the land of the free. Your children are crying, your streets are bleeding. The world is watching, the world is pleading. Americans, please wake up. Before there's nothing left We see the division like a crack split in concrete. Red against blue like the colors forgot what they both mean. You pledge allegiance to a flag and pledge war on your own team. Brother against brother turning neighbors to a cold scene. We see your homeless on the sidewalk outside billion-dollar buildings. Veterans who fought your wars now forgotten by the system. Kids going to school scared they won't come home by evening. And y'all debate the weapon but won't talk about the grieving. We see the food you're eating engineered and modified. Chemicals and everything your health commodified. Insurance costs a mortgage, medications overpriced. The sickest generation and they're charging you for life. We come from countries where we dream about your freedom, but you're trading it for comfort, entertainment, and convenience. Scrolling through your phones while your whole foundation weakens. You got the whole world's resources, but you're spiritually depleted. We're not your enemies, we're watchers with a broken heart. We memorize your constitution, studied every part. We the people used to shake the ground that was falling apart. And the people are the last ones with the power but won't start. Americans, please wake up. The dream is fading, can't you see? Americans, please wake up. Used to be the land of the free. Your children are crying, your streets are bleeding. The world is watching, the world is bleeding. Americans, please wake up. Before there's nothing left to be. You see your politicians playing chess with people's lives. They smile on the camera, then go cut the people's rights. Left wing, right wing, same bird, different lies. And the middle class is vanishing in front of your own eyes. Your media feeds you feel like it's breakfast every morning. They tell you who to hate so you'll ignore the real warning. The bridges are collapsing, infrastructure is crumbling, but the budget's always ready when it's time for foreign bombing. We watch your kids grow up addicted to a screen. Oppression at 13, they don't know what happy means. Fitting all this reaping every city, every street. And the ones who made the poison walk around and tail it sweet. You taught the world democracy, now teach it how to heal. You showed us how to dream big, now show us how to feel. We're watching from the outside, pressing faces to the glass, hoping you remember who you are before the hourglass runs out of sand, runs out of time, runs out of grace. We didn't cross the ocean just to watch you lose your place. You're the country that put footprints on the moon face. So why you letting someone put your future in the great space? Stand up, America. We're begging from afar. Remember what you are. You're supposed to be the star. Americans, please wake up. The dream is fading, can't you see? Americans, please wake up. You used to be the land.
Oh, you know what? This isn't the one that I thought it was. This is like 9 minutes long. I'm going to stop playing it right there. Dang, I'm glad that I stopped it to see that because I don't want to play you a 9-minute Lego video. But I will put a link to it in the description for anybody that wants to watch the rest of it. I just thought it's so phenomenal how the Lego videos that I've been watching today especially have taken this turn of where they're just very explicitly saying, like, you know, we're not mad with America. We're mad with the idiot leadership that we know you got tricked into voting for, and that you had to choose the lesser between two evils, and that your system is out of whack. And please do better, people. That's what they're begging from us, and we're all begging from ourselves too. So I watched a ton of Lego videos, and I meant to play for you a short one. But let me see if I can find the one that I was trying to play. The Release the Trumpstein Files, that was a good one. Trump Fled, another good one. So yeah, I was listening to a lot of the longer ones that I hadn't listened to before. Okay. There were Maybe that Trumpstein file one. It's kind of scary looking. Or the Trump fled about the correspondence dinner. Release the Trumpstein files only has 83 views. I'll play that for you. It will help get that more views. The other one about the correspondence dinner has 36,000 views. So, but let me keep up with you. Like they tried to fire as to change its course. Anna B's, but Kamala wasn't evil. You said there's a videotape that I've seen and heard where Kamala is talking about thinning the herd. So she's not as evil as Trump, but it was pretty weird to hear those words coming out of her mouth. And that wasn't out of context. She was talking about thinning the herd. That the context was that was a thing that you want to do, is thin the herd. So it's both sides that are insane. And, you know, they both sides take all that freaking AIPAC money. I mean, I'm not saying that she's as vile as the Trumpster fire, but yeah. Not anywhere near as vile as the Trumpster fire. Because why are we hanging around the dark side of the moon? Yeah, what was up with that? Flying around the moon thing? Was that just a distraction? And was that even real? I mean, what in the world? Like, we just can't trust anything right now. Corporate Dems are just as bad, Billy says. Well, yeah, like Pelosi was part of that Terra Mar business with Jizz. Grr. I know, right, Billy? Why do we have to go to the moon? Excuse me. And zero pensions and zero health care for them, since we, the people, don't have health care or child care. I agree, Billy. Icky. Our call peeps are corporate Dems. Our Cali peeps are corporate Dems. I know, like, I thought that your governor, Newsom, what's his first name? You know his first name. Anyway, I was thinking that he was cool. Like, he was a little too much of a slickster for me. I liked all of his crazy meme stuff, making fun of the Donald Trumpster fire. But Gavin, thank you. Gavin Newsom. I just could not come up with it. But, you know, and then the whole thing about him being married to Don Jr.'s ex-fiance. So Gavin Newsom was married to the woman with the really funny last name that's now the ambassador of Greece or something, Kimberly Guilfoyle. Gavin Newsom and Kimberly Guilfoyle, I think, were married from about the year 2000 to 2006. I think they were married for about that long, somewhere in the 2000s, early 2000s. And then she was working on Donnie's first campaign. And then she got engaged to Don Jr. Allegedly, she was having an affair with his dad during their 5-year engagement, allegedly. And then she broke up with Don Jr. They were engaged for 5 years, and now he's married to somebody who might have just had his baby. I don't know. Some other gross person. But Kimberly Guilfoyle was married to Gavin Newsom, and that whole like personal thread through their lives, through Don Jr., Don Sr., and Gavin and Kimberly, none of that is ever talked about in mainstream media, when there's like this whole like rivalry and pissing contest between Donnie and Gavin. But yeah, Gavin seems like he's a complete crook, basically. I mean, he doesn't seem like he's any better than the mofos in the Republican Party, basically, in my opinion, from where I'm sitting. From what I see, okay. And Kamala, didn't Kamala date him? She did. She did date him. So it's just weird. Weird politics. Like literally like who's in bed with who, right? The dark side of the moon is the best place to see Afonphis. Oh, is that why they did that? I know I'm still saying it weird. Allegedly, Billy. Gavin, me too, found out they taking money from bed people. I know that was disappointing. Basically, they're all owned by Bibi, right? I mean, seriously, they're all working for that country that begins with the letter I. Cam and Gav are corporate APACers. Yep. It's terrible. It's absolutely messed up. Interesting, Billy, about the view from the dark side of the moon. Yes, but yes, I do not think we would be in this situation under Cam. Well, see, I have always been really mad with Hillary because I think that Hillary did some underhanded stuff with stealing the Democratic ticket from Sanders, whose name I also can't think of, who I love, Bernie Sanders. And then she lost the election to Donnie, which I think that a white man could have beat Donnie. I think that that was maybe not a clean election, but if it was a clean election, that it's just hard for our sexist country to vote for a woman when they can vote for a white guy, right? Allegedly, it's happened twice. I definitely don't think it happened for real the second time around. I'm not even sure it happened for real the first time around. But I mean, it's pretty hard to hijack an election. You have to have some real votes. It's a lot more complicated to hijack an election than it seems. So, if it's a landslide for one party, it makes it a lot harder to hijack it. But if it's close, it's going to be fairly less complicated to hijack it. From what I understand, anyway. I mean, I definitely don't think we'd be in the same situation. But if Bernie Sanders had won and we never had the Trumpster fire to begin with, imagine the world that we'd be in now. OMG. I can't even. So, yeah, it was really hard for me to vote for Hillary, but I wasn't going to vote for Trump. It was hard for me to vote for her because I was hating on her for that. Big time. Big time. Gavin is about money and is anti-trans. Yeah, that was the thing that I found out, that I was the anti-trans. I was like, what? You're in California. Get over it. Isn't half of California trans? Come on. I'm teasing. He's better, but not good. Well, and the fact that he was married to Kimberly Guilfoyle when she's the kind of person who's going to be engaged to Don Jr., and maybe sleep with his dad, maybe. I don't know if that's true or not. But just sleeping with Don Jr. is bad enough. God. Hill is so unlikable. Hill and Bill, I hadn't thought about that. Like hillbillies, right? Bernie would have been great, and I think would have beaten Donnie. Oh, man, he would have saved the freaking world. 100% from me to you, Turo. I know. I love Bernie. I love him. He's the best. And he's an independent. He's not either party, just like AOC doesn't identify with either party. And in one of these Lego songs that are so educational, there's more independence than there's ever been. People are realizing that the parties are just designed to pit us against each other. and to make us think we have a choice when we really don't. But the electoral college runs it. Yeah, I know that whole electoral college thing is bizarre too. Bernie would have been great in that timeline. We all chillin'. I voted Jill Stein. Yeah, Jill Stein was a really good candidate, definitely. Yeah, at least half. We would be so much happier right now. So gross. I know. I mean, I was so depressed with the first 4 years of Donnie. I didn't think I'd ever get through it. I got through it, and then I was just like, I definitely can't do it a second time. But you do what you got to do. I'm still here. Crap! I just spilled my smoothie on me. 1 second. Let's see if I can pick it up. But I do have something to clean up the mess. That's so annoying. I didn't even know if I had any smoothie left in there, but I found out the hard way that I do. Okay, so I'm going to play you a Lego song still, like I said I was going to. Another one. I'm going to play you the one that only has 85 views because they deserve more. And I love the title, Release the Trumpstein Files, The Predator Exposed.
With the devil in the mansion, orange man laughing, Pepsi handling the transaction. Lolita Express, young girls on the plane, Trump sitting next to him, grinning with no shot. 1,000 times in the files, but flights, then he admitted the piano say he was there when the girls got trapped. 13 years old, brought straight to the king. Maxwell presented her, now the whole world said he planning from Mar-a-Lago, that's a lie they sold. Pictures, tapes, and witnesses say he was all in control. Shredding papers in the White House, burning up the proof, but the people waking up, we demanding the truth. Justice gonna burn. Release the Trumpstein Files. What's the Predator Squad? Little girls crying, power hiding the crime. Trumpstein exposed. It's our fucking time now. Let the whole world see. Widow dynasty. From Epstein Island to the Oval Office throne, the file's gonna show what the whole nation already knows. 3 million pages dropped, but they redacted his name. FBI 302's talking rape, talking shame. Victim on record, Epstein gave me the Trump that night. He was laughing, he was touching, feeling all that power in my eyes. Fred Epstein said it on the tape. First time with Melania on the Lolita. But they redacted his name. FBI 302's talking rape, talking shame. Victim on record, Epstein gave me the Trump that night. He was laughing, he was touching, feeling all that power in my closest friend. Epstein said it on the tape. First time with Melania on the Lolita X. Release the Trumpstein Files. Justice gonna burn. Release Predator squirrel, little girls crying, power hiding the crime, posting exposed. That's our fucking time. Let the whole world see. In the ghetto dynasty, from Epstein Island to the Oval Office throne, the files gonna show what the whole nation already knows. 3 million pages dropped, but they redacted his name. FBI 302 was talking rape, talking shame. Victim on record, Dustin gave me the trump that night. He was laughing, he was touching, feeling all that power in mine. Closest friend, Epstein said it on the tape. First time with Melania on the Lolita X.
Yeah, that wasn't that long. It's still a few more seconds. Yeah, we don't want to miss the end with the justice and the handcuffs and all that. That one was a little more like hard rock, but you get the idea. I can't believe that one only. Stop. I hate when it plays when you don't want it to. I can't believe it only has 85 views, but I'm trying to see if that's just because like it has only been out for like a couple hours or something. Come on. No, I don't want you to just play whatever the hell you want to play. I'm trying to go back to see how long that one has been released. The one that only has 82 views. It was released 17 hours ago. But let's see how many subscribers the channel. The channel has 1,000 subscribers. It's called Lego Vortex, and it has 9 videos. I think I'll sub up to their channel. Okay, so now they have one more. Anyway, sorry, I haven't been reading your. Let's see. I haven't been reading the comments during the song. That was a long song. We would be so much happier right now. So gross. I'm independent, but I usually vote Democrat because I didn't want Trump. Yeah, that's pretty much. See, we're freaking twins, Annabees. That's pretty much me. I told you guys I didn't vote for like 10 years after the whole thing with the dangling Chads and the Bush stealing that election from Al Gore. I think Al Gore would have been a good president too, although he was also on the freaking Lolita and at the island. And Virginia Giuffre said that she saw him once with Tipper there and that he was a perfect gentleman. Why? Oh, Stephanie Harlow. Let me see what that is. That's where I got some of it. Billy Darling says, oh, Stephanie Harlow, she did the one about the scientists. Is that it? Let me check out that link real quick. Yeah, the list of the missing scientists grows. So yeah, I don't know if that is actually Accurate. I haven't watched that Stephanie Harlow video. Replace pinned message. And, I shared with you guys that I watched that Park Rose. I think I played it for you too. Permaculture, Park Rose Permaculture. And she said that the whole thing with the missing scientists is like a MAGA conspiracy that they're trying to feed to the Dems. I don't know if she's correct or not. But I like having different opinions about it. I like to check it out from different angles. Just like that whole thing with Sasha Riley. And, like I was wondering the whole thing with even with this Victoria Drake and Amanda Ungaro, but I think that Victoria Drake and Amanda Ungaro are 100% for real. One of the reasons why I think Victoria Drake is 100% for real is that she's filed a lawsuit. I really recommend that video. Like I said, I already have it linked up in the description. The 90-minute interview with her. It is so cool to see people talk about these disgusting traumatic events where they were victimized, and then they're regaining their power and they're placing the shame on the perpetrator, and they're not owning the shame that was perpetrated onto them. I mean, I just can't imagine anything more difficult than talking about being violated like that publicly, like on YouTube, where you've got infinite, like the whole world can see it. Like the whole world might not see it, but the whole world could see it. And it's just so cool that these young women can come to terms with their victimization and not be the victim, but be the survivor, and put that shame and blame right where it belongs, on the mofos that did these horrible things to them. Let's see. Someone said Republican hoax. Okay. AI music. That's where I got some of it. The missing scientist peeps. Oh, I see. Someone said it was a Republican hoax. So yeah, it was that Park Rose Permaculture. And she seems, even though she's all Portlandia, she seems like she's pretty solid. So I looked up all the asteroids. Someone else might have posted it. I meant the missing scientist is a hoax to see what the left would go all conspiracy theory, right? Wow, the island had a hold of so many up for powers, right? And Paolo Zampoli said to Victoria Drake that he's proud that he's in the Epstein files, that like it proves that you're cool if you're in the Trumpstein files, that if you're not in them, then you're a nobody. What a freak, man. I guess it all depends on how you define cool, right? Speaking of, let's all give Justice A to Z a giant thumbs up for a terrific show tonight. It's been fun. I got to go to sleep, night all. You're so sweet. From me to you, Tarot. And are you happy with your blue wrench? Good night. Thanks for hanging out. We will see in April 2029, I guess. Good night, Tarot. Sleep well. Oh, thank you, Anna Bees. All these billionaires have bunkers in New Zealand and in BB's country. Well, and Zuckerberg and Oprah, don't they have bunkers in Maui? Like huge bunkers. Even Bill Gates, the house that he lived in was his house on Mercer Island or near Mercer Island? I think it was Lake Washington, that's like between Bellevue and Seattle. And I think his house might have been like on the Bellevue side, but it was near Mercer Island, a little island there. But anyway, the house that he lived in with his wife, Melinda Gates, and their kids back when they were smaller, he had a huge bunker under that house. And now we find out that he was hanging out with little E. So I don't know. I mean, like with the dungeon that Victoria Drake found herself in, when she was assaulted by Amanda Ungaro's ex, and Amanda had just moved out. I think when it was 2023, I think Amanda had left him like in May or June. And then it was October when when Victoria was assaulted there. But then her and Amanda became friends and they started collaborating. And Victoria found out from Amanda that that's where he basically had prostitutes there, like during the whole 20 years that Amanda was with him. And even, having his child and raising the kid there. And Victoria ran into the kid that day and said that he just looked at her with such disgust, and that she just understood that he was so sick of his dad's crap. And that he was like 12 at the time. Because, I think he's like 15 now. I forget his name. But anyway, we don't like to say kids' names on YouTube anyway, right? I think she said it in that video that I linked out. Is there other stuff I wanted to play for you? Maybe a Paula Poundstone? This freaking comedian, Sammy, I'm not sure if you say his name, Obedi. He is so freaking funny. He is so freaking talented. OBAID. So he did this 1 hour stand up. He dropped it 10 hours ago about the shooting at the White House dinner. And let me just play a few minutes for you. Instead of playing Paula Poundstone, let me play this. Like I said, it's a whole hour long. So I'll just play a couple minutes of it at the beginning. And he's just so good. I'm so happy for him that he's doing so well with his career.
Even the shooter himself in his manifesto complained that the security at the event was weak. Okay, like that to me, either which makes me believe that like either he really is the assassin, this was not a false flag operation, or they wanted to go very, very deep into our minds, right? Which makes me wonder, like, maybe this was just like the mentalist trick the whole time. Like the act never ended, it just started. This is what happens when you book a fucking mentalist. So I feel like we lost some people. Anyways, it's like, okay, dude. I mean, I'll do the condemning violence like later. I'll do the jokes first. But like, here's the thing. Like, so to me, it very well could be possible that. To me, this makes it seem like he actually did. This was a real person who did want to do this thing, but they knew something like that would happen, so they left the door open because they're like, there's got to be one guy who wants to come shoot up the place, and they found him. Maybe there was others, but they got them first, And so it just feels like, to me, a very strange coincidence that maybe this guy was real, or I don't know. It just seems like when you see, because I do believe that a lot of things this administration does are completely incompetent. So I just don't see how they can even write this fucking letter. You know what I mean? And if you're like, well, no, they can use ChatGPT. It's like they did that for the Tyler one, and you saw how that one came out. That was a fucking wreck, right? So this one, like at least, like I don't know, maybe they got the feedback from that one. They're like, we got to work harder this time. So I don't know. Which one was that? They use Claude. Yeah, that's right. ChatGPT didn't work out, so they used Claude instead, and they upped their game. Okay, so yeah, I don't fucking know what to believe anymore. You know, that's just how I live every day. I see it's the shit. I see a fucking Lego video. I fucking see Trump speak. I'm like, I don't know what to fucking believe anymore. You know, so definitely not it. But like, it's just like also like, what the fuck are we? Every time you see something, like, you have to ask, like, is this AI? And so he writes this manifesto, okay, and yeah, I mean that shit just like that shit like just blows your mind. So Trump does his 13 minutes. Says that he read the manifesto, which also is like, I don't believe that, because that was fucking long. I don't think he has that kind of attention span. But okay, so now let's address the violence. We probably lost some people too late. But I don't advocate for violence. I never will advocate for violence. Like that's just my thing. That's just who I am. But like you have to listen to what these people are saying. You have to listen to what the people are saying. And sometimes when any government goes too far, you're gonna get people like this. And you have to understand, like, we can see things. And you have all these politicians out there saying, oh, political violence has no place in America. It's like, then what the fuck are we doing around the world? How about you start with all violence? If you want political violence to stop in America, stop exporting it to the fucking world. And the means of exportation of political violence, the sad truth is, it's our tax fucking dollars. Our tax dollars. We are the ones paying for political violence. And sometimes when you cannot stop it by any means, shit like this might happen, okay? And while I'm not a person to advocate for that shit, I'm just saying, like, stop shrinking your lens so small that you're just seeing it around us, because we've been committing violence all across the world for fucking ages. And until that stops, it ain't gonna fucking stop at home. It ain't gonna fucking stop at home.
Okay, I'll just stop it there. I was trying to play the beginning of it, though. I guess I'll let the dog in because that was the end of it. I thought I was starting it at the beginning. And the beginning is really good, so I want to do that. So I'll let the dog in so that she'll quit scratching at the door. 1 second. I just don't want to knock down my computer. Come on, baby girls. You're so silly. You're so silly. You're so noisy. Oh, and then Coco wants in too. All three of them in. Come on, Coco. All of my babies. All of my fur babies. Well, the canine ones anyway. Okay. Let me try this again. Have you guys heard of this guy, Sammy Obadiah, or whatever his name is? O-B-A-I-D. Okay, so I'm going to take it back to the beginning and let you listen to it from the beginning because it's really good at the beginning.
There's been a shooting at the White House Correspondents' Center.
Anything crazy happened this weekend? Where were you guys last night? I'm just trying to help you get an alibi. That's all. Everybody gotta have a story, okay? Shots were taken at the White House Correspondents' Dinner, and that was just Hash Patel pregame. Let's go to the door. Give me the line. That CASHAPP question never gets old. Sometimes I'm feeling sad. I just look in the mirror like, I'll see you at Valhalla. So yeah, shit went down, man. Shit fucking went down.
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, you're interrupting. Okay. I'm going to stop trying to play you guys videos. I just wanted you to see who this guy is because he's so clever. He's so good. And he works so hard. He writes every day. He's got like fresh, up-to-date material every day, which a lot of the comedians do, but a lot of them have teams of writers and he's just like on his own. So he deserves some attention, a shout out. Zuck is on Kauai. It's in that link I posted, the Stephanie Harlow video. She's so good. I love her. So ask yourself why, what they know. Zuck is on Kauai. Okay, so Zuck owns Kauai and Oprah owns Maui. Palo Alto too. Oh, there's bunkers in Palo Alto too. I will look at it after we sign off. Thanks, Billy. Thank you for listening, Anna. It's trippy. And anyhow, I'm reading what you're writing. Anyhow, it's the end of a 24,000 year long cycle. Equinox. Do we end? I don't know what it means. 24,000 to 26,000 years. It wobbles on axis around something. That's crazy, Billy. I can't wrap my mind around that. There are myths, but I don't know. That doesn't sound good, Billy. I think I will get dizzy. LOL. Equinoxes and asteroids. Oh my, we can't do anything about it because we don't have bunkers. Oh, is that why they have the bunkers? I thought they had the bunkers because like war, but yeah, for asteroids, dang, that's a whole nother perspective. Where's Bruce Willis? What do you mean, where's Bruce Willis? Did he get disappeared or something? Fancy pants bunkers on remote islands. These guys make me so annoyed with their stupid bunkers and stupid AI taking over our water and giving us health problems, etc., etc. Isn't there a big lawsuit? I wrote it down with OpenAI and Elon that, like, I think a court case that just might have started today. I know I have it in my notes somewhere. Now I have to go through all of them. Musk versus OpenAI, Oakland. And there's protesters outside. Is that right? So they started the trial and there's protesters. Can you verify that, Billy? Do you know? Because you're not too far from there. These guys make me so annoyed with their stupid bunkers and stupid AI taking over our water and giving us health problems. Oh, and Elon Musk's baby mama's been speaking out too. She's been on the interview circuit. I have 10 reasons to have a bunkers off the top of my head. Sam versus Elon versus Sam versus Elon. AI voted them affirmative. Yes. No, Bruce Willis was in a movie where he murked the asteroid. Oh, I got it. So you're like, where's Bruce Willis when you need him? Yeah, that's funny. I don't think I saw that one. So, well, I know I've got more stuff in my notes, but I'm kind of feeling like winding down, my ladies, my friends. Let me see what I have not mentioned yet that I don't want to miss mentioning. The government officials that keep quitting. So I think there's like a dozen in the last 2 years. And I think that there were like a dozen in the 2 years before that. So the last 2 years from July of 24 until now. I think there's about a dozen that have quit. And that most of them are quitting because of what Sammy Obadiah was talking about, the violence around the world, that they're putting that in their resignation letters. Okay, so maybe I'll talk for a minute about that horrible case in Shreveport, Louisiana, because there's more information about it now, of course, as time progresses. The dad who did the unaliving had 3 kids with his girlfriend. He had 4 daughters with his wife. And then there were 2 kids that were the wife's sisters. And I think that her and her husband and those kids were staying with his wife and the 4 daughters. And he had been living somewhere else because she was filing for divorce. And this is really sad, you guys. 20 years to the day, I think it was 20 years to the day, which is insane, that his wife and her sister lost their mom to gun violence. So now, 20 years later, they lost their kids to the gun violence. The one kid that survived was a 12-year-old daughter. And I think that it belonged to her sister. So the moms survived, the sister and the wife of the homicidal maniac. And it sounds like they have a big problem in Louisiana with people that shouldn't have access to guns not being monitored and having the access to guns. So like the unaliver shouldn't have had access to guns. He had a psychiatric hospitalization not that long ago because he was self-injurious. So I think he voluntarily admitted himself to the psych hospital. But he stole one of the guns that he used from another guy who wasn't supposed to have a gun. So that guy is in a ton of trouble now for having a gun that he wasn't supposed to have, that was then used in this mass shooting. But then there's a third person connected to the illegal firearms that so I couldn't follow all of it, but yeah, the 12-year-old girl survived the shooting and the 2 moms survived the shooting. But now it's just insane. So I think that the sister that lived with the estranged wife, I don't think she was shot. I think the 2 moms that were shot were the girlfriend and the wife. And the kids were so young. It seems like from the ages of the kids that he was kind of having like 2 families at the same time. I don't know. It seemed like it was building for a long time. It was just absolutely devastating. So before we wrap up, I think you guys were mentioning last night, and I was learning a little bit more about it today, that it doesn't seem like Todd Blanche doesn't know if the alleged shooter actually shot. That there were 5 casings found that were all belonging to the Secret Service. And so that's why there's the theory that it might have been friendly fire that hit the one Secret Service guy, because there's not evidence. And they filed the charges against him without the evidence of him firing a weapon, right? Am I getting that right? I'm not 100% sure. But like I said, I think you guys were talking about that in the chat last night, and I didn't really know. And then I got a little more educated about it today. I think it's called Asteroid. I think it's a great idea to send them to Mars. They can take little T, Alan D, and all the pervs. Well, that's what they want to do. That's what Bill Barr's dad, Donald Barr, wrote that book about. And with the teenage SMEC slaves, alien teenage SMEC slaves in outer space, because that's where it's at, right? Send Sam and Elon to the I can't say it. I'm not even going to try. It's too many weird letters and stuff. I got all this wax. I vote for that. Oh, and BB and Vladdy, only the best minds, right? They said they were the best. Exactly. They need to go save humanity. Send all their wives to. They left their wives. The dinner. OMG. I know, Billy. The thing with I took a screenshot of it. The thing with Stephen Miller, using his pregnant wife as a shield, using his unborn child as a shield for his stupid ass. And then they tried to doctor up footage and retell the story and say, no, the threat was coming from behind them. And so they were protecting her. So she went on the interview circuits to say that crap too. So here he is grabbing her boob, which she was also defending him grabbing her boob. I mean, it's really like a boob grab. He's really copping a feel. But she's like, my belly, I'm pregnant, so he's not going to grab my belly. It's like, what, he can't put his hands on your hips. It has to be your stomach or your boob. He can't put his hand on your shoulder. That's freaking nuts. These weirdos. And then the guy, Cole Allen, here's a screenshot of some of his resume. So he did some 3D printing designing stuff, which my 18-year-old son is into that too, in engineering. So he was a mechanical engineering intern back in 2016 in Pasadena. And then prior to that, in 2014, for 3 months, he did summer undergraduate research fellowship with NASA. So he did a fellowship with NASA 12 years ago. And then, he's a game developer, an engineer, a scientist, and a teacher. Like I was saying, the psychological profile of would-be assassins of presidents are usually across the boards not successful. So it makes him either an anomaly or fake. Take your pick. Let's see. So this was funny. Something about I've never known a guy who fantasized about having his own ballroom. Trump is basically Cinderella's fat, jealous bitch of a stepsister. Oh, too funny. Too freaking funny. So here's a picture of the mentalist. He says that he was writing down the name of Caroline's unborn girl. I think she's having a girl. And then he was showing it to them right as the sheet pans dropped or the guns fired. He says he thought that there was like a bomb that was going to explode, but I don't know. I just think it's funny how he's there with this little piece of paper showing it to them. Why does Trump's head look so massive? Melania's looks so small. Part of that is the way my phone is. So if I do it like this way, there. I was like, dang, that's weird that his head looks that big when he's the one sitting further away. Isn't that funny? But there, it's normal now. So I don't know. The mentalist was guessing the name of Carolyn's unborn baby. And he showed them the piece of paper. That's what he was showing them, allegedly, right when the noise happened. Melania is an Einstein. I know. She is. She has to go to. Oh, she's the worst. Yeah. Her and her little Einstein visa. I mean, you know, if the Trumpster fire wants to be so Hitler-like about people that are immigrants, like what about his own wife, right? And Ivana too. I mean, she was also an immigrant. But I mean, I don't have issue with that, but he's got issue with everyone else being an immigrant, but not his family. It's fine if it's his family. Yeah, he's such a douchebag. And he's married to a douchebag too. Melania is just as twisted as he is, it seems. What was I going to say about all that? I was having a thought, but now it's escaped me brain. I have no thoughts. That was funny. Friendly fire. Yes, they said he never got a shot off, just like in Blade Runner. Harrison Ford Blade Runner, old school. Jet propulsion lab from where the scientists are missing. Oh, Billy, darling, thank you for bringing that up. Yeah, I was hearing online other people making that connection too. And so, yeah, what? What a coinky dink, right? How convenient. Jon Stewart bit on the whole thing was hilarious. Yeah, I watched Jon Stewart. He's like my go-to. And especially because I got to meet him once a few years ago. And I got to like talk to him and everything. He's really short. He's shorter than I am. He's probably like 5'6". And I'm like 5'7". Convenient. He doesn't like brown immigrants. Well, and they have to be beautiful, right? If they're not drop dead gorgeous, then off with their heads. So it was something about the ballroom. Oh, that's what the thought was. That in his first term, he was so obsessed with building that wall. But again, it's a money laundering thing. Like they just need to have a project that they can be, you know, it's like the shell game with the money. I learned this on cable TV. It's like a shell game with the money, with any government funding and any project. Like they always want to have projects because they always want to have basically these slush accounts that they can do whatever the F they want to do with them. You know, they get to manage these billion or $1 million accounts. And, you know, when there's a misappropriation of funds, they just go, oh, yeah, I put it in the wrong account. I'll fix that. You know, they never get busted for it. They always do it. There was one woman who was a city manager for a small town in Illinois that stole like $53 million over the course of like 20 years. And she got busted and she had to go to jail. And there's a really good documentary about it. Let me see. Who was the village manager who stole $53 million from the small town that she worked for? It was like the biggest. Rita Cradwell, the former comptroller and treasurer of Dixon, Illinois, stole over $53 million from the city between 90 and 2012. She used the funds to finance a lavish lifestyle and a championship horse breeding operation, which was discovered when a coworker uncovered a secret bank account. She was convicted in 2013 and received a nearly 20-year sentence. Over 22 years, she transferred city funds into a private bank account she controlled. And during that 22 years, I think her city, Dixon, went into debt for that exact same amount of money that she stole, the $53 million. What a bitch. So she got sentenced to 20 years, but I think she only served like 13 or less. She's out free. Rita Cradwell. But like I said, she's just your poster child that got busted. They all do it. They all do it. Big cities, little cities, all of them. So you can't do it if you don't have projects. You got to have a project. So for his first term, it was the wall, the Mexican border wall that he kept saying he was going to get Mexico to pay for it. And now it's his ballroom. And I think that's why he's panicking, is because he took in all those donations, roughly $400 million. He's already like pissed it into the wind, given it to BB or Vladdy or whatever. He's broke. If he doesn't have his project, he stays broke. If he can get the $400 million from the government, then he can give that money to BB or Vladdy too, right? Isn't that the plan? John is so good. John is freaking brilliant. Jon Stewart. I love him. Brown or black. He's my favorite to watch. Jon Stewart. He's just incredible. He's got a really good delivery, really good timing. He's amazing. I mean, I like Stephen Colbert a whole lot too. I like Jimmy Kimmel a whole lot too. That guy Sammy and Josh Johnson, pretty much all the guys on and gals on The Daily Show. I always forget their names, but they're so good. And there's that one Asian guy, Ronnie Chang, love him. But the two tall white guys, love them. Love Desi Leslie. I'm not saying her name right. She just won an Emmy too. But see, all of these comedians that the Trumpster fire goes after, he goes after the ones that won Emmys because he's still burnt up about the fact that he never won an Emmy for The Apprentice. He still wants his freaking Emmy. And that's why he's so dramatical as a president, because he thinks he's going to win an Emmy for that, right? Desi, who's the female on The Daily Show with Jon Stewart who won the Emmy? Desi Lydic, Lydic. She's hilarious. And then sometimes, oh, what is her name? My brain is so dead tonight. Tall black comedian who didn't start till she was 50. Leslie Jones. Leslie Jones. She is very tall. Late breakout. While she has been doing stand-up for many years, she achieved mainstream fame at 47 when she became a cast member on SNL. So late 40s. I thought she started when she was 50. But Leslie Jones is sometimes on The Daily Show, and she's funny AF. You guys, do you love Leslie Jones? She's freaking brilliant. She did a really good interview with Marsha Wallace on The Best People. You know, Marsha Wallace on MSNBC. Am I saying her name right? The Best People on MS Now with Marsha Wallace. Nicole Wallace. I'm glad I looked it up. Can't trust my brain right now. Okay, so The Best People with Nicole Wallace. It's a podcast from MS Now. And she had Leslie Jones on, and they were phenomenal together. They were great. But I was thinking that Nicole Wallace should do one called The Worst People, and she can have people like Paolo Zampoli and the president come on. Oh, you guys, that was a thing with this Victoria. What is her last name? No, like I said, my brain is so dead. Victoria, that I've been talking about all night. She 100% believes that little E is living in Tel Aviv. Okay. Paolo Zampoli's accuser, Victoria Drake, I think, right? I think it's Victoria Drake. It came to me as I picked up my phone. That's how it happens. Okay, so a new interview with Victoria Drake claims Paolo Zampoli rugged and raped in October 2023. So how many interviews does she have? How many interviews does she have about being assaulted by Paolo Zampoli? She's done at least one and likely more interviews detailing the battery allegations against Paolo Zampoli. The first one was on Opperman Report on April 24th. And then the one that I linked up is this one. Other interviews. She appeared on Exposing the Truth. Victoria Blows the Whistle on Politicians, The Bad Decisions podcast, which was also released around April 24th. That's the one that I linked up in the description. In future content, a Reddit post on April 25th suggested that there would be a part 2 to the interview. So the Opperman Report, I'll have to check that one out. All right, you guys, I think it's time to sign off. It's 2 hours. 2 hours. Thanks for hanging out. Opperman Report. Look that one up. Because, yeah, I want to hear her talk more. I really do. Like I said, I love hearing these people that have completely abandoned any shame or embarrassment about this crap. And some of them might still have some shame and embarrassment. And, you know, that's okay if they still haven't worked through it all. But some of them have worked through all of it. And it's just freaking phenomenal. It's really inspiring. It's like incredible. I love Just Johnson. I love Just Johnson too. And you guys know I got to meet him last year when I went and saw him. let's see. Oh, crap. There goes the mic. Ugh. Then I mute it, and then I knock down my smoothie again. Let's see. I missed a whole bunch of your comments. Sorry. Jon Stewart is so good. Anna, he's funny. Stephen Colbert, he is so funny and smart. Stephen Colbert is good, but not my favorite. Jazz lives near Dave Chappelle in Yellow Springs. I do. John and Seth are probably my favorites. Seth Meyers. Yeah, he's great. He's good. And she does. I like Dave. Love Seth too. I don't have my passport. Do you? No, I don't have passport either. Yeah, me neither. I'm not going to be able to vote. I love Josh Johnson. Josh Johnson is so good. Michelle Wolf. Yeah, she's great. She's been around here. She hung out a lot. She's really good. I've seen her online lately. She's a smart cookie. And she also is a new mom. At least we can but laugh. Yes, Leslie is funny. Leslie Jones, man, she tears it up. Oh my, yes, LLL. All I know is that pic of supposed little E on slab after he passed. He is alive. He even has a slight smile. That is not a past body. I'm just saying, Anna Bees, that's exactly what Victoria Drake says too. That's exactly what she says. Like that his coloring is, blood flow coloring, not deceased coloring. And, his mouth would be gaping open, not slightly smiling. And other things too. So yeah, she says that she believes he's living in Tel Aviv. Lucky duck near Dave. He's so fine. OMG. That rich old man ain't way. Yeah, I told you that recently. I heard someone say ain't a billionaire alive who doesn't have access to a body double corpse at the ready for when they need to fake their own death. And I'm like, yeah, well said. Even though I do still believe that he is deceased. But yeah, you make a good point, Anna Bees, as does Victoria Drake. So I might have to be persuaded, But either way, it would be really odd if deceased, he's still doing so much effing up of the world and revenge against his nemesis, his frenemy. It probably is that that BB, maybe he's the puppet master behind BB, because I've always seen Daddy Vladdy as the puppet master behind Donnie, and then BB the puppet master behind Daddy Vladdy. Maybe little E is the puppet master behind BB. That would be effing gross. But I believe that the former prime minister that beat Virginia Giuffre within inches of her life, it's my opinion that was BB. A lot of people think that was Barack. I forget his full name, but it's my opinion that it was BB, because he's been the prime minister off and on. So even though he's currently the prime minister, at that time that it happened, he could have been a former prime minister. And all she said was a former prime minister of Israel. That's all she would commit to. She wouldn't say which one. Let's see. I figure Yellow Springs is so close to everywhere in Ohio. LOL. It's a really small town. Dave has a jazz club there. I mean, I know it's cool AF. They all puppet masters and puppets, depending. I agree, Billy. All right. I love you guys. I'm going to say goodnight, and we'll see what happens with tomorrow. There's just so much information every freaking day. It's just overwhelming, isn't it? It's absolutely overwhelming. But I really like sitting here with you guys trying to process it and make heads and tails of it all. So thanks again. Have a good night. Drink your water. And I hope you guys can get some fresh air and sunshine tomorrow and get really good rest tonight. Love. See you on the next one.